Hello everybody. Alright, today's adventure, as you can see I'm kind of bundled up. I might be a little over bundled, but I'm cold, so. We have a cold front coming in. It's going to get down to 27 degrees tonight. So I'm in the garden and I'm going to do a couple of experiments. For example, we've got my peppers. I'll show you. Here is the habanero plant. And as you can see, I've got some habaneros that are all ripe. And then we've got a whole bunch of other ones that are still green. Last year I tried a frame with some weed cloth on it. Did not do any good at all. So this year I'm going to try to dig it up and bring it in the house so that it stays okay. It sounds like a lot of work. Probably not going to actually accomplish what I want it to accomplish, but why not? There is a 100% chance of me losing this plant if I leave it out in the frost, in the hard freeze, and there's probably like a, 12% chance that it lives if I bring it in the house. So I'm going to do that with this habanero plant. I'm going to try it with this jalapeno plant, and then this one. This is a loofah. You know those bath loofahs that you use? Shower, exfoliating. This is an immature gourd from where they come from. I have successfully grown them to maturity once and been able to use the loofah gourd from the inside. The problem with these is that it has a very long growing season. So it's like you have to start the seedlings indoors in February, and then you transplant them outside as soon as the threat of frost is gone, and then hopefully it takes off. I didn't start getting flowers and baby gourds on the plant until mid-September, and of course we are 2 weeks behind on our first hard frost date, so we were even able to grow this big. So again, there's a 100% chance that this plant dies if I leave it outside. There's probably like a 5% chance that it will live if I dig it up and bring it indoors. And as you can see, the loofah plant has taken over quite a bit. There is a old cattle feed ring over there underneath all that stuff. And over the last couple of weeks, I have been trimming it away so that the plant could focus on growing out the gourds. So what I'm going to do is find where this one is attached to, dig it up, and then let all the rest of this freeze. There is a second one on my jalapeno plant, so it'd be kind of nice if they were all attached to the same plant, but I'm going to guess that they're not. We'll see what happens. But yeah, let's go on this venture together. So I was going to do what I did with the habanero plant and try to save all of the peppers off of it, but they look at a good decent size. I'm going to make jalapeno jam anyway with them. So I think I'm just going to take all the fruit and then do what you're supposed to do with peppers. You're supposed to trim them down to basically the main stubs and then dig them up and put them in the thing. Because peppers are a perennial. They can come back year after year if you're in the right climate. Northeast Tennessee isn't the right climate. So we'll see if we can do it with Northeast and Tennessee inside. Alrighty, and this is the last one I'm going to dig up. This is a geranium. I got it for $1 at the rescue spot in Lowe's. I get it from my mom. She likes to rescue plants. But they're fairly hardy, but they do not handle anything below freezing. So I'm going to dig it up, and I'm going to put it in a pot. Also, these are my broccoli. They have waste paper baskets on them to help keep the dang chickens away. Huh, Cleo? You can tell it's not really working. So yeah, that's last one. Also, these geraniums are easy to basically make a new plant. Propagate, that's the word. My grandmother is the queen at this. She accidentally knocks a branch of it off, she sticks it in some water, it grows roots, and she sticks it in dirt, and then she's got 1,000 geranium plants at her house. Not gonna lie. So what I'll do, making sure this lives, I'll probably take off some of these small ones, and I will root them, and I will have more, and then I will have to do this twice as many times, 3 times as many times in winter next year. But that's okay, because look how pretty these flowers are. Yay! Also, I read an article saying that you can actually grow these from seed. I was looking at this the other day, there's a little spike. There it is. The spike turns into its seeds. Once it opens, there's a little fuzzy bit. You take that out, and that's your seed. We'll see. Okay, the last thing I have to do before the freeze is take this green pumpkin, harvest it, well, chop it off, and then take it inside. So you can kind of see it's no longer that super dark green. It's got some orange on it, but it will turn into a big pile of mush if I don't take it off the vine and put it inside where it's going to not freeze. So I wish I could leave it out a little bit longer. But nature has its own way of doing things, right? So here we go. And I put it on an old feed sack to help it avoid rotting. So if I ever grow a giant pumpkin, that's not basically, but it's the basis of what you do for a giant pumpkin. But all right, here we go. Alrighty, team. Thanks for coming along for winter prep. Stay tuned for more farm adventures.